Cooking. It is a practice or skill of preparing food by combining, mixing, and heating ingredients. A skill that I have enjoyed over the years since I was young, thanks to my mother, who has taught me everything. Although we have moved various times, the kitchen is significant to me because it is where I learned most of my mother's recipes and where I spent most time with her since I could remember. Weekends were always my favorite, especially Sundays. It was quiet and dead silence, like a graveyard at night. Until the oven fan turned on, it could be heard around the entire house. Then you knew that breakfast is on its way. As a little boy, it was always the best. Once the smell of sweet honey getting roasted, that has always meant bacon and sausage. The sizzling sound of oil when the egg and bacon or sausage were getting fried was always my favorite. Once I entered the kitchen, I knew my mother had cooked all this food because the smell was so intriguing. Above all, this was what I always stared at was the stack of pancakes waiting to get eaten. Occasionally she would make waffles, but always preferred pancakes. I would always stack as many pancakes as I could eat. On special occasions or holidays, those were always the best, but also the heaviest. Family came over, and preparation for all was needed, even if they brought something for the special occasion. The smell of cooked tamales could be smelled from the front door. Frijoles charros, which are Mexican pinto beans with bacon and chilies, la ensalada de papa, potato salad, Spanish rice, and homemade tortillas. The first memory of the kitchen that I am able to recall would be when I assisted my mom making banana muffins and cupcakes. I was little, so I wasn't able to do much around that time, but my mom gave me a list of what to take out: flour, banana, sugars, whipped cream, and other items. Before she introduced me to the kitchen equipment, she showed me how to set up the oven, how it bakes, and also cooks the food at which we ate. I found it complicated at the time, so I didn't listen to her, besides the 350, which I had no clue what she meant at the moment. Then the measuring cups were explained to me, and so we began to measure the quantity of each item that we needed and added it to the mixing bowl. After the flour, water, and all other ingredients were added, the best part of baking began. My mom brought the electric hand mixer, which I at the time thought was really cool. I was too young by the looks of it and was not able to deny me of using it. But I whined and begged to her that I could do it. After a few more minutes of torture I gave to my mom, she allowed me to finally use it. I couldn't reach all the way, so I dragged one of the chairs from the dining room until my mom helped, and then I began to use the electric hand mixer. The machine were numbered 1 through 5, 1 being the slowest, and which my mom had left it for me. So I didn't want it there. So while she did not look, I turned the speed to 5 and began to freak out because my entire body was moving side to side and trembling, until my mother turned around and immediately shut it off. She looked at me and then slapped my rear end. I only smiled at her and ran straight laughing to my room.